All right, guys. So we have Call of Duty next here. I didn't know this was happening, but it's happening. I just hopped on the PC and we're ready to go here. So we're gonna check out this this Call of Duty next. I have no idea what it's about, but I'm hyped for Modern Warfare 2, so I want to check it out. So I figure I might as well, you know, make a little watch along video. No idea what to expect. No idea whatsoever. Okay. Whoa, really a half an hour? I hate when live streams do this, when you wait, there's a timer to get to for the live stream to start, and then once the fucking live stream starts, there's a half an hour timer. Like, come on, man. Like, let 10-15 minutes go by. Sure, maybe 5 minutes, but fucking a half an hour? What are you thinking, dude? Stupid. It's stupid because you're just kind of disrespecting there's 150,000 fucking people watching right now. So what are we thinking is gonna happen here, man? I'm interested to see what this is all about. I really am. I'm interested to see if this is, if we're gonna see some cool stuff today. I don't know that much about Modern Warfare 2. I really don't. I have been kind of staying. I'm gonna start officially now digging into the information. We got the beta that's coming out, the live test or whatever. I think tomorrow or the next day. I know it's gonna be going on this weekend, I think, so. Gonna be all over that. All right, here we go.
We're a team. All of us. Let's go get him.
Yeah, we've seen all this before. Warzone 2.0.
Listen up. These guys on the ground, they are your brothers now.
Yes, sir.
Look at this nerd factory. Holy
everyone,
fuck, bro.
And welcome.
Damn, look at all these
Call of
dudes.
Duty Next. I am Johanna Ferris, the General Manager of Call of Duty, and I am thrilled to help kick off a truly significant moment, not only for the highly anticipated upcoming release of Modern Warfare 2, but a
the
very
Modern Warfare styled
for the future of the
that
entire
green
Call of Duty franchise. You see, over the last several years, we've experienced explosive and dynamic growth, and we've learned a ton along the way. And those learnings have fueled our ambition to deliver a wholly new, elevated player experience, one focused, of course, on delivering more fun and innovation, but also state-of-the-art tech advancements built to support a more connected Call of Duty community than ever before. So just know that what we shared today across Modern Warfare 2, our brand new Warzone 2.0 experience coming later this fall, and our designs to bring Warzone to mobile for players on the go are all certainly big
Nobody
news,
cares about mobile.
But it's just the first chapter of a very bold, long-term vision that we carry to take Call of Duty to even higher heights in the years to come. Ultimately, though, we know that you, our players and fans around the world, will be the judge of all that. And it's why we are thrilled to be doing this on the eve of our Modern Warfare 2 beta, and to be here live in person with more than 200 of the biggest streamers and creators in all of gaming. They will finally get their hands on the true star of the show, the gameplay itself. So
look at this
right
setup. Look at how insane that is, man.
It is my esteemed pleasure to introduce, alongside me,
Ninja,
Patrick
really?
Kelly, co-studio head of Infinity Ward and the executive creative director of Call of Duty. Pat, welcome.
Thank you, Johanna. It's so exciting to be here with all of you. It's been such a journey to get to this place. You know, on the franchise, I always get asked by people, or regularly get asked by people, what are the areas you focused on improving, or what are the areas you innovated on? We worked on improving and innovating on every area of the game. It always comes back to gameplay. Gameplay
not bold,
is king. But I could go on and on. Things like third person. Things
Where's
like
the doc?
We've innovated in the space of Battle Royale. We've got an all-new mode.
Tell me that doc is not there, dude.
Player counts along with massive player counts of AI.
If Dr.
and it goes
Disrespect
on and on
isn't
and on.
at
We've got
this,
mobile
that's a
connected
fucking
with
joke.
progression and everything else across all of the games, and it just goes on and on.
They better be showing the
You know what?
doc.
It all comes back to one thing. It comes back to fun. Everything we do is in the service of fun. Whether you're a hardcore player or a casual player, whether you are somebody who likes to play with your friends or you like to play alone, wherever you play it, be it on console or PC or mobile, however you play, whether you're a camper or a slayer, we've tried to think about fun for you. And hopefully today you're going to see that and play that, and fun is what you come away with.
Absolutely. You know, fun is definitely what we're going to be heavily focused on. And I'm particularly excited about some of the social features that are coming as part of this launch. Things like proximity chat and new gulag twists. There's definitely going to be instances where players will interact not only with their own squads, but may even have to work together with other players in unexpected and pretty fresh ways. We've already seen some
Just high out of his
hilarious
mind with
interactions
his glasses
during
on.
play sessions, and I can't wait to see how these new ways to connect evolve over time. Now, Pat, what can you tell us about weapons?
Oh, wow. So we've completely innovated in the area of connecting you, the player, to your instance in the game, making you feel more in the game. And I guess you can think about it as starting out with the camera. The camera represents your eyes, right? So connecting the camera to your body, we've done that with some inverse kinematics and some physics and other things like that. We've connected then the body to the hands on the gun, again, with some sophisticated inverse kinematics. We've connected the gun with the actual bullets coming out of it. So now, wherever that gun is pointed, however it's pointed, the bullets are coming out of it exactly from the barrel. There's no disconnect there. And that's before I even get into what we've done with the new gunsmithing and how you build your weapons and the platforms, etc. But look, you're going to play it, and I hope you'll love it like we do.
All right, well, we've taken up enough time, but before they kick us off the stage, can we tell them about raids?
Yes, thank you. So with the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, and then shortly after that, Warzone 2.0, and then very shortly after that, for the first time ever, we're going to release a raid in Call of Duty. It's a very different kind of gameplay. It's very intense. We think it's very fun.
Is this the Tarkov take?
And we're super excited about it. And by the way, there's one other thing I want to talk about.
It's got to be their take on Tarkov.
You hardcore players out there. I heard so many of you talk about what play challenges can you give us beyond just winning, which, anyway, I won't go off on that. But we've got a whole series of quests and gameplay challenges that occur when you actually win in Warzone or you hit different milestones that you'll have an opportunity to do. And believe me when I say everyone in the match will know when you're on them and if you prevail at them. So look forward to that.
Big things ahead. And now, before we kick it over to Miles and team to carry the day, we are extremely excited to give you the world premiere of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer trailer. Thanks again, and enjoy the show.
This is what I'm looking forward to. Multiplayer.
Intel reports Hassan and the cartel forming terrorist cells all over the globe.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
They have an army, but we have each other.
The world is a vampire.
Really? We've gone dark. Oh, this is a fail. This is a fucking fail on their part. This is not on my end. There we go.
Locate the prisoners and move them to extraction.
Our live events are difficult.
Enemies above. Field charge. Eyes on the hostage.
Drill charge.
Hostage secure.
This looks like some Rainbow Six Siege type stuff. It's called Raid, so
Do not let them cross the border.
Raid Siege.
Take him out.
some drone stuff. Little water mine. Gunsmith 2.0. Warzone 2.0. The ultimate weapon is team.
I'm on my way.
The ultimate weapon is teamwork, not the ultimate weapon is team.
To the open beta.
All right.
We got intel reports of Hassan and the
Are we really
cartel
watching this twice right now?
terrorist cells all over the globe.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
I guess we're watching it again.
They have an army, but we have each other.
The world is a vampire. Hold you out to
Coming back!
Locate the prisoners and move them to extraction.
Enemies above. Drill charge. Eyes on the hostage.
You're gonna be okay.
Hostage secure.
They could have done a better job with like telling you exactly what you're seeing. If this is like a new game mode, if this is like the siege like mode, if this is like the Tarkov styled mode, if it's just Warzone. I don't know. Because then they say welcome to the war zone or something like that, I think. Or it's going to be a war zone, but then...
Get ready, team. We have never seen a war zone like this.
the world is a vampire.
I wish they would have left the song, the original fucking song, man.
Shots stick out.
Nothing better than the originals. This overproduced audio is no good to me. Third person, is that what it said? All right,
On my way.
we've seen it twice now,
The world is a vampire.
Pre-order now and get
and now
early
it's gone
access
dark
to the
again.
open beta.
And there we go, Call of Duty fans. The trailer so nice. We ran it twice. It is all there. Everything that makes this franchise so special.
Well, at
We
least
are
they admitted to
incredibly
it.
excited to be here today.
They're probably
And
having
after
technical
that, quite frankly,
difficulties.
How can you not be? My name is Miles Ross, and I am so excited to truly be here with a few of the members of the Infinity Ward team who are bringing Modern Warfare 2 to life. Guys, we have 200 of our friends behind us who are going to be playing and streaming shortly. But before that, we also have Stephanie Snowden, Director of Communications for Infinity Ward, as well as Joe Seeker over the on-air, Jeff Smith, Multiplayer Design Directors here at Infinity Ward. Guys, first off, how are things evolving from Modern Warfare 2019? I mean, let's start high level because there's a lot to get through today, guys. You saw that trailer. Let's go with the philosophy, Steph. Let's stay high level. What went into the creation of the game?
You said it precisely. There is so much. This game has just so much content. It's got something for everyone, and it's really been the result of 3 years of hard work at IW and our partners across all of the Activision studios. And so much of that work started with you guys at home, the community, the fans, our creators here, and that conversation and feedback from 2019 has really been a core piece of what Modern Warfare 2 is. And it's a dialogue that we hope to, continue.
I thought Modern
especially
Warfare
here today.
2019 was just downright
We've got
incredible.
so much in store with this MP experience. And people like Jeff and Joe here, who I am
I hope
honored
that
to work with
it's
and their experience on this
better.
franchise, we're in good hands.
Can't be worse, but I mean, it can always be worse, I guess. They could fuck it right up.
Start anymore. Let's set up what Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is all about. And let's stay high level for now, because there's a lot of details, friends, juicy details.
Sure. I mean, you know, when you come into making a sequel, it can be kind of tricky. You know, what do you keep from the previous game? What do you get rid of? And where can you add new things in and not mess up this kind of nicely balanced ecosystem that we had? And so we came up with a few methods. One of them being player behaviors. And I say behaviors and not play styles. I think a lot of people will say play styles, but that can kind of change during a match. But behaviors are more ingrained in how players play. And we just put them into 3 big groups. We call them rushers, which are just aggressive players. They just want to find the action and go. And then we have sentinels, and these are defensive players. They want to hold down a building, maybe keep a overwatch. And then we have stalkers, which are reactive, and they kind of hang back and try to read the field and read where spawns are. And really, we just kind of use these as filters to keep us honest.
All right, so obviously, Dr. Disrespect has not been invited to this,
for players to be successful playing our game.
which really sucks because he's probably one of the biggest people who play his game. I mean, maybe not one of the biggest, but I don't know.
Oh, boy.
He's the most
There's a
creative.
ton of new
I think he
features to
deserves
dive
to be
into
here,
this game,
and it's
but,
definitely upsetting that he's not
we
there.
really pushed forward even the most fundamental aspects.
It shows that they're
what makes
afraid
a Call
of people
Duty
being
game,
critical of their
with Modern
games.
Warfare 2, and it's been really amazing for me to come on board this past year and see these innovations coming to life, to hear Jeff jump into, you know, breaking down the 1v1. And personally for me, water. Our water, I've seen the memes, we love water. It's really hard to make in games. But the aquatic combat, some of the things you're able to do with vehicles in the water, I think that level of immersion is really going to speak to fans and has been something that I've really enjoyed playing the last couple months.
Aquatic combat. Steph loves to swim. Joe,
sure
can we go into some details about our water-based adventures in MW2?
Yeah, I mean, last game we really wanted to add water, and we knew we didn't have time, right? So in Verdansk, we froze the rivers and we made the outskirts just a kill trigger. In this game, as soon as we started Modern Warfare 2, we leaned into water, both visually, beautiful caustics, there's waves with white caps, but we also, the gameplay side, there's unique ballistics underwater. You only can use certain weapons underwater. Your pistol is your weapon underwater, otherwise you can't use your primary weapons. But it's also a nice cover or evasion mechanic. If you're getting shot at, you can dive into the water, and as you get deeper, it gets murkier. Like the farther you are from something, you can't see it. And so it's been super fun for us to dig into water and
That's
really
pretty cool.
flex on
I
what
dig
water
that.
could be in Call of Duty. And you saw the boats and the mine that floats, and every piece of equipment has been filtered. Like, how does it work through water? Like, we had to look at everything in the game and say, how does it work in water? What's the best version?
Our vehicles will just slowly submerge. They really would, instead of blinking out.
Yeah, everything.
A lot of details.
The behaviors are awesome.
Oh my God! Well, I can't quite wait to literally dip my toes into those waters. But guys, let's not forget about the ground and the air. Like, I mean, what else is going to be coming to the movement system? Joe, what do we got?
Well, you know, last game we did mount.
Why are the hosts always from the UK? They both of male and the female hosts are from the fucking UK. Is this game not made in America? Like, I love how it's just the voice. Like, they just need that voice.
Doing a high mantle and throwing yourself
kind of
over
dumb.
into combat, you can now peek. If you have a pistol, you can pull that pistol out and use that. We also added a dive. You know, last game we had the slide that kept your gun up, but we really wanted players to have an option where if they're getting shot at, they don't know where they're getting shot at, they can get down, get out of fire. But the other really cool thing is the dive's just high enough to let you get through a window. And so if you throw a grenade up into a building's second story, often you'll see players, you know, like rats leaving a ship, diving out through the windows. And it's just another option for players in combat.
Yeah, and all of these dynamic movements mean you can interact with vehicles specifically in a very cool way. I'm going to save some of that gas for when we get to Warzone 2.0, but it's really exciting.
All right, vehicle details to come. But now, guys, let's talk about equipment. Obviously, Call of Duty, crazy sandbox, a lot of cool toys to play with. Joe, what are some of the new dynamite new items that we're going to be throwing at each other and equipping and using and all sorts in the next game?
I mean, you saw some cool stuff in the trailer. You saw the drill charge. You saw the shock stick. One of the other cool ones you saw is the inflatable decoy. And this is a mine that you can throw out, and it basically sits there. And if a player gets close to it, it auto deploys and basically inflates like a car airbag going off. and it faces the person that triggered it. And so it's a great distraction technique. You can also fire it off with a clacker if you want to control when it goes off. You can throw it in water. And here you just saw the DDoS. We added all this equipment into this game, and the DDoS is our kind of answer of like, hey, I'm going to breach this building. I want to go clean house, but I don't want to deal with all the shit inside. So I'm going to hit the DDoS. Boom. It's going to shut down everything. And I can move in, and clear that room. You saw the heartbeat.
It seems like they're going more of like a techie way.
But it also
I don't like
battery
that.
as a balancing mechanic, so you can't use it indefinitely in Warzone. And there's so
this
much
is the TAC cam
DDoS.
you guys just saw, which to me is my personal favorite.
Sweaty.
You can put out a lot of
making
them,
it
and
sweatier.
You can patch into your teammates, so you can. It gets a little crazy.
Yeah, kind of like a sticky GoPro, but will actually mark your enemies for your team.
Yeah.
So I expect to see a lot of fun moments with that today.
So many toys and new tools that we just want players to get in and play with. I think there's something like 13 field upgrades, between Warzone and Core MP, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh my God! Until they all get DDoS. All this talk about equipment, it reminds me. I mean, that's one element to look at now, but we've also got Gunsmith, brand new Gunsmith. Guys, what can you tell me about it, and how will it change the way that we, level our weapons and manage them? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, so the new Gunsmith allows players to build out their weapons more smoothly than ever before. We put out some videos yesterday for the Intel drop. I hope people dig into those if you want a better look at Gunsmith 2.0. But we're really looking at unprecedented opportunities for weapon customization. And the new weapon platforming will actually allow players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression. So we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to, decrease the grind. You're no longer unlocking every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be some shared attachments through progression. And I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the gun bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
2019, man.
Amazing.
Modern Warfare, it was like the best Call of Duty, in my opinion.
And shared attachments. This is very, very cool stuff. Can you dive into
the gun animations were like totally reworked and just incredible.
What Stephanie said, we had this vision last game with Gunsmith, and we were like, okay, what if you could take an assault rifle and you could make it an SMG? And that was our driving kind of like motivator for that system. And we kind of hit that. You could take it functionally through attachments, but the weapon name wouldn't change, and we couldn't change the receiver. And really, that's the key thing this game is you can go into Gunsmith, you can set up an AK-47 assault rifle with a thermal optic, with a suppressor, with a grip. And then you can say, you know what, I want to change up the playstyle of this gun. You can swap out the receiver to the AK-74U, make it an SMG, but you can keep that optic, that suppressor, that grip, they all come with. And to what Stephanie said, we have shared attachments within these platforms. We have branching progression. You unlock those guns by playing with other guns. And then we have shared attachments across all guns, and it's all to hit this vision of I'm building up an arsenal of weapons and an arsenal of attachments. I'm sitting down to my gun bench, and I'm going to make the perfect weapon for me.
I think maybe the simplest way to think about it is a gun tree, and each time you hit a branch, that's a receiver, and they grow out of that.
Yeah, and that's we wanted to ground that in reality. Functionally, a receiver is based in that, changing the weapon type, and I think it provides a really seamless experience for players looking to build out the perfect weapon for a multitude of play styles. So you're going to be able to jump into that platform and customize however you want for situational combat. And you're actually going to see the FJX Cinder weapon vault in action today, which is the entirely unlocked Platform 1, the M4, the Mic 4.
Yeah, it's like the fact that like Ninja was invited to this, yet Dr. Disrespect wasn't, is just straight disrespect. It's kind of gross, to be honest.
Extremely rare. This is a huge, project
irritating
for our teams to design these, but it is the ultimate weapon blueprint. And even better, you can unlock the entire Cinder weapon vault with the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2. Playable in beta.
Available in beta, so we can rock with that thing all weekend long. Okay, so Gunsmith looks incredible. Okay, I'm excited. I cannot wait to get into this one soon. Our streamers are going to get into this one soon as well. But first, guys, we need to hear about maps and modes. We've got our tools to play with, equipment, weapons, maps and modes, though. Let's get into this one. Let's get into the design team, the philosophy, I suppose, behind building out maps. Jeff, this is for you.
Yeah, you know, right from the start, we knew we wanted to build another big map, not only for Battle Royale, but also for this other mode that we've been working on for quite a long time.
I read about that on the internet.
That's the Tarkov mode.
But, you know, when you lay out these big maps, it's kind of a collection of all these little POIs, these points of interest. And within each of these, we've really fine-tuned that they can play large-scale core modes like Ground War, and a bunch of others really well. And so, you know, stepping back from this large map and looking at how much open world sandboxy gameplay that we have, we looked back at our 6v6 maps and really tried to refine and make them a tighter experience to contrast all this big world kind of exploratory gameplay. So the maps for 6v6, in comparison to the last game, they're just a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more refined, and I think fans will really enjoy how quick they play.
That sounds...
A lot of diversity.
A little more straightforward.
Well. A lot of visual
I mean, they always say
variety,
shit like that, right?
colorful maps in there, and I think they feel really
I feel like they've had too many maps in the last couple of years where it's just they're too convoluted. There's too many places to hide and promotes
We've got
campers.
some of the maps that we are going to be seeing in MW2.
Guess camping is always going to be a thing, though.
We've got a real fun one here, guys. This is one of the aforementioned battle maps. Team, can you give me some details on Sarif Bay?
So Sarif Bay is this little fishing town in the south coast of our big map, and we picked this because it has such a great mix of gameplay. It's right on a harbor, so we get to show off all our boats and our new amphibious APC, and, you know, swimming, as we've already said. But what you get inside the town is this really intense urban combat with all these tight little alleyways and all this great rooftop combat. And mixed with our ledge hang, you get these really cool parkour combat action happening.
Ledge hang, eh?
Yeah, I love how you describe the rooftops there on this map specifically as like a separate ecosystem. You can kind of migrate that entire vertical.
You can go up there and just hang out and fight other snipers.
All right, well, that looks fantastic. Jeff, okay, so that's one of our larger maps. What about some of the 6v6 maps? I think we have some footage of one of the new maps that we're going to be seeing today, named Mercado Las Almas. Do you mind giving us some details on this one?
Sure. Mercado is a little street market in a historic section in Mexico. Our story behind this is, you know, the authorities have some intel that narcotics are being smuggled out of a warehouse, and they're going in trying to find and seize them. This map plays really fast and a lot of action right down that center lane. The Mercado is a very dangerous neck of the woods, so watch out when you're playing in the beta. It plays fast.
Cannot wait. Really cannot wait. Looks fantastic. And again,
I'm excited for the beta. I really am.
And whatnot. All sorts of fun and games ahead of us. Looks amazing. Battle maps, core
Tomorrow,
maps, 6v6.
tonight, I think, actually.
Fantastic. But let's go back to modes. We've seen some maps. What about the modes being played on battle maps? We will have the return of Ground War, but we've got a new large-scale mode that you've alluded to, right? Let's talk Invasion.
So Invasion is it's a big war map. It's Big War TDM, or we affectionately call it the shipment of Ground War. It's 20v20 players, but there's also 20 AI on each team. AI are coming in fast roping. They're coming in on medium birds. And it's this high action mode. It's super fun, but it's also really chill. The announcer's not barking at you. He's not saying like, hey, get to B, you know, they're taking C. You can kind of play it how you want to play it. You sit up on a rooftop and snipe. You can grab a shotgun and go room clearing. If you push too far into the enemy's base, AI will come hunt you. But we've also been really conscious of where we put AI in multiplayer. We didn't put AI in kill streaks or anything like that because we don't want AI showing up in search and destroy. We don't want AI in domination. This mode, though, however, was built for AI.
Okay.
It's a super fun mode. Can't wait for people to try it.
Kind of a funny aside, you know, we took the name Ground War from a playlist in MW2, and that was just large-scale TDM and DOM. And we kind of did the DOM in the last game, and now we're able to add kind of the sandbox TDM, and so we're kind of completing the cycle of that that old playlist.
Yeah.
Well, this large-scale stuff looks amazing. This looks so awesome. And okay, so what about the new 6v6 modes? Let's keep dialing it in closer and closer. Steph, what have we got?
Yeah, so we also have 2 new 6v6 modes that you're going to be seeing here played today, and they will be in beta in Prisoner Rescue and Knockout.
Okay. Prisoner Rescue. Okay, let's go into Prisoner Rescue first, Joe.
So Prisoner Rescue is an attack and defend mode. It's a round-based mode. The defenders have 2 prisoners. They're kind of spread out.
So this is like a siege type
hold of them.
mode.
The goal of the attackers is to get to those prisoners, pick them up, and carry them to exfil. When you pick them up, you enter what's called a wounded carry, where they're up on your shoulders and you can't use your primary weapons. Instead, you have to use a pistol if you brought it, or you're just stuck with fists. But the way that we give the attackers an advantage once they grab that prisoner is they get a radar sweep for their team, so they can call out where the defenders are.
Okay,
and
that's pretty
the
cool.
objective icon over the prisoner goes away as soon as they scoop them up. So now the defenders have to basically rotate back to the exfil and set up defensive positions. And it's this heart-pounding, adrenaline-pushing like mode once you grab that prisoner and try
That sounds
and get
like
them
fun.
out.
Yeah, that hero
I'm down with that.
Yeah, exfil is,
Definitely, you know, big S&D energy in this mode, which resonates with me in my time in esports. So this is my personal favorite of the new ones, and also sort of the strategic revives that happen. There is a revive mechanic, and so you are able to pick up your teammates. And I've seen some pretty wild comebacks in our playtest so far.
It was a lot of fun. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday. It was amazing. Incredibly fun, and I know the community is going to love diving into it over the next week. Okay, I can hardly believe that there's actually a lot more content to get through, but there's one more thing I have to bring up. I have the honor of officially announcing that third-person view is finally coming to Modern Warfare 2. What are the details behind this one? We got a little teaser of it on stage with Patro, but what are the details?
Yeah, you saw a little hint of it in the trailer, too.
Yeah, if you caught that, it was like a flash. It flashed in front of your eyes.
And all while we're working on all this other stuff, we've been kind of lifting up and doing third person in each mode. And the cool thing is that it's a modifier on our game, right? We can just turn on third person. In the beta, we're playing it in hardpoint, but we want to try it post-launch in S&D. We want to try it in VR. And we have... You know, camera work. The camera collision's been reworked. It handles tight spaces. There's a water camera. There's an interior camera. You can feel the weapon shake when you're firing with it. And it's just, we've put a lot of work into it, and we're excited for people to give it a try.
Incredible.
Could be cool. Could be horrible.
COD feels like in 2022. Sexy skins and everything. This is a lot of information, Steph. Like, there's a ton here.
I tried to warn you. They were delivering a lot of new features for you guys to try out ahead of release. And I said we were going to be bold with this beta, and we are, but there's even more to come at launch. So this is just a taste.
How is this just a taste? How can there be even more? I mean,
we haven't even got to Warzone yet.
Not even okay. Okay, so what about this year's third mode?
So I'm happy to say that Special Ops will return as our third mode, and will be focused on 2-player missions, asymmetrical and game
I was really
design
hoping to see 3v3 come back.
On air support, 1 player on the ground,
I thought 3v3 was...
I think the OG fans will
They
be
were
really
some of the
excited
nicest maps that Call of Duty's ever made.
You know, some of the iconic
who knows, it
Modern
might
Warfare
be back,
missions
but
like
I doubt it.
Overwatch, and really tried to implement some of those
I thought
themes
3v3 was
into
just...
the design.
It
so,
was, I
we'll be
think,
talking
for
more
me
about
anyways,
Special
it was the
Ops
best
in
part of the
in
multiplayer.
the months to come.
Steph, you're saying I should be looking
Such
now
gorgeous
for a
maps,
special
too.
partner.
Sitting right next to you.
Yes, you are indeed. Well, I'm all set then, Stephanie. I do believe we have one more surprise for PlayStation players out there. What's that?
Indeed, we do. Let's roll the clip.
Xbox is buying them, and they got a PlayStation exclusive. PlayStation exclusive content.
Empty-handed. I was born empty-handed.
Not for long, PlayStation. Not for long.
Blade or bullet.
Your exclusive days are over with Call of Duty.
Spear.
Next time.
Or arrow. These are merely tools. I am the one to fear.
Yeah, it's just an operator and a blueprint. Who cares?
Take Miles ISO.
Fix your mind.
PlayStation players will receive an exclusive operator, Oni. Oni is a warrior and gun for hire, descended from centuries-old samurai clan and torn between country and family, just like me. This is such an awesome-looking operator, guys. Oni is going to be playable on day 1 for all who pre-ordered through the PlayStation Store. Plus, he comes with a high-level weapon blueprint, playable in multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. Steph, badass.
Oni is awesome. I myself am a PlayStation player, and so I will be becoming Oni main day 1 for this game. And it's been really awesome to see our narrative team building out his lore, really bringing this operator to life with the creation of his backstory, his motives. And I think the art team absolutely crushed it with this skin. He is so so cool looking.
All right, Stephanie, we keep talking about all the
He's like, he looks like, I wouldn't say a direct ripoff, but he looks like the Halo one that they had in the beginning.
So for anyone who wants to get an early first-hand look,
I forget what it was called, but it was like a samurai skin. Very similar.
It is immediately available around the corner for PlayStation players who pre-order any version. Early access to the open beta starts tomorrow, so make sure you are preloaded.
So the open beta starts tomorrow.
Now, also check out your screen.
Oh, so we get it later. Xbox gets it a week later. Well, that sucks.
That if you pre-order the Vault edition of Modern Warfare 2,
what the fuck is the point of that, man?
Team 141 operator pack.
That's irritating.
The FJX Cinder Weapon Vault in the beta, in addition to being able to earn in-game rewards for playing all sorts of cool swag. And don't forget that if you digitally pre-order Modern Warfare 2, you also get up to a week early of campaign access. So wait, campaign a week early. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed that first look at Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. Don't forget, you're going to get to see it live and in action in a few short minutes with our crazy set of streamers here, 200 plus here, and ready to rock and roll. But first, we'll be right back to show off the world premiere of Warzone 2.0. Don't go anywhere.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Official drink of Modern Warfare 2. Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 2. HyperX, official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. Play like a pro on the big screen with 144Hz VRR and AMD FreeSync, now on TCL 6 Series TVs. Prime Gaming. Visit gaming.amazon.com today and start claiming your free content.
All right, man.
This is about to be a classic. We have 200 creators here on site, marching down the green carpet with one mission in mind: to be the first players to play.
Yeah, you don't have the best of them all. Dr. Disrespect.
There is so much in this game. There is almost too much. This is like one of those days where I enter and my hopes are so high.
And what are you looking forward to most when it comes to Warzone 2?
Prisoner rescue.
I'm looking forward to using that inflatable soldier decoy to mess a lot of players.
Kill streaks, I think.
I'm honestly here just to learn as much as I can to prep for Old Men of Optic, because those guys are very old now.
So maybe some OG maps coming back.
A map that everyone can play.
Honestly, give me a broken shotgun.
What's your favorite game mode and Mountain Dew flavor combo?
Search and destroy Code Red.
Capture the flag Code Red.
If I'm going hard with the boys on a
So I was like, give me a broken game. Yeah, that's cool.
Game comms, I'm drinking Baja Blast all night.
Terminal or high rise?
If you drink Mountain Dew, you're a fucking moron. Just saying. Shit'll kill you.
Terminal, 100%. I just replayed that recently, and I realized that spawn trapping is horrendous.
Easy.
Strike.
High rise.
High rise.
Terminal.
What's your favorite flavor of Mountain Dew?
I've grown up on Code Red, so it's still Code Red for me.
Honestly, I like the basic one, just Mountain Dew itself.
Dang, I was gonna pick Code Red too.
Can I get a second one?
Neither of them.
Baja Blast.
Starting October 17th, unlock dual double XP, COD points, and also an exclusive Mountain Dew skin in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when you buy specifically marked Mountain
So unhealthy. Mountain Dew.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. The Mountain Dew green carpet. God damn, it was beautiful. A lot of fun people out there. Everyone having a good time. And some incredibly well-dressed people out there. And some definitely not. Sweaty T-shirts abound. But here we go. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next, friends. We promised it was coming up, and now the wait is over. It is time to talk about Warzone 2.0. We got a glimpse of some Warzone 2.0.
I'm not expecting big changes. I think it's going to be very similar.
It does look awesome. However, we need some true experts to help out. Back at the desk here, we have got Stephanie Snowden. Joe Seacott is joining us. But of course, welcome Jack O'Hara, game director at Infinity Ward. Joe, how are we feeling? We ready to party here? I mean, this is a lot. We need to know everything. Warzone 2.0. Stephanie, the world cannot wait.
It feels crazy for me to be up here revealing Warzone 2.0. I ended up at IW as a fan of the game, and so this moment is absolutely bananas for me.
Good for her.
But Warzone 2.0 is everything that we loved about the original Warzone, right? Where it's based on the same experience that we all had, that fun, all of those moments, and it's a return to shared tech across the universe for Modern Warfare 2, and that's going to create a really streamlined player experience. And I think the key innovations that we discussed for multiplayer those all exist across Warzone 2.0 as well. So we're bringing it back. It's all connected. It's the same world, and I think
hope
the
they
players are going to love it.
I think it's just going to be a new map.
Real excited about this one.
New map, some new guns, and that's about it.
This one, Jack. Where do we go from here?
So MW2 and Warzone 2 have been developed side by side since the beginning, right? Since we started down this road, and they're part of the same universe. Like Stephanie said, they share the same mechanics, the same weaponry, and even more than that. But the centerpiece of all this, of course, is the new map that we've been
exactly.
On
So
since
it's a new
2020
fucking map.
with
That's
teams across the globe.
I don't think there's going to be any huge changes here in how this game runs and operates.
In order to do it, and lots of artwork to make it happen. And we've learned so much from players experiencing Verdansk.
Modern Warfare 1 with a new map and some new features and some new mechanics.
With their squad.
That's about it, probably.
There's a wide variety of points of interest for players to explore in this map, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody in there.
Oh, here we go, a brand new map to explore and traverse. I cannot wait. Stephanie, let's take a look.
That's right, Miles. Welcome to Al Mazrah. This is our new map for Warzone 2.0. It is a really interesting mix of geography. It is expansive desert settings with a mix of industrial areas, towns, a city, and of course water. It looks way better on this screen than it did on Twitter. But you're gonna find a lot of really cool elevation, rocky peaks, caves, subterranean spaces. This map is beautiful, and it's actually the biggest BR map that we've ever made. And I am so excited for all of our streamers here to jump into Al Mazrah later today.
It's huge. Look at the size of that thing. Okay, so that was a big picture, and it's a great way to see it from a sort of top-down layout. But let's take a better look at some of these points of interest.
So when we set out to create these spaces, the team works to make it feel like a real space, right? So that there's infrastructure in between all the different, what we call points of interest along the map. And if you're paying attention, you might even see a few that seem pretty familiar out there as well. And so as the team works through these, they're trying to find some variety on each point of interest to make them something that the players will want to drop in and get the particularity of that single point of interest and find the place that they want to drop and where they want to play, whether it be a high elevation observatory at the center of the map, whether it be the big city that's up the top right, and whether they want to explore that, or whether they want to work in some of our POIs where we have water intersecting with geometry here. So we have in this one...
Ooh, that looks familiar.
That does seem familiar. And there's a river system that goes through all of this. So you'll be able to catch in a boat and drive between the different POIs. And here's one of our favorites, Sawa Village, which is...
That's my favorite.
Colloquially called Sunken Town.
I mean, I love to swim, so you find me there.
Absolutely.
I'm curious what you guys think, Jack
Water
and
looks
Joe,
incredible.
on what the hot drop will be today, right? We've been talking about this the last couple of days. This is our first time seeing other people who are not us play Warzone 2.0, and so I'm just very curious where you think everyone's going to immediately
Everyone's going
today.
to the high point.
I think some people are going to drop to Observatory just to go back to home, you know?
Yeah, everyone's going to Observatory.
It's always nice. You're moving through the map and you kind of hit a spot and you're like, wait
I've been here before.
I know what this is. You have all these flashbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuggets in there for some old Modern Warfare fans.
Yeah, I'll say Corey. I think that's gonna pop off.
I think people will land around the edge so they stay in as long as possible in this match. But
smart.
We have some news for our edge of the map players coming up.
Ooh, all right, guys. Well, the map looks absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to watch our streamers here drop in early in an alpha build later on today. Okay, so moving on to the gameplay. We've got this beautiful space to play in. How do all of these multiplayer elements we've talked about a little bit earlier, how do they fit into Warzone 2.0?
I mean, the super simple answer is all the stuff we talked about in multiplayer, the stuff you saw in the multiplayer trailer, that's all in Warzone, right? It's all integrated. So that tactical camera works in Warzone, that decoy mine works in Warzone. Like, it's all of it's been built from the ground up for both. The slide, the dive, the water, like...
More swimming.
Yeah.
Oh.
So not that
This is a
much.
great taste of some of the water
You know?
combat.
I can't wait to go full.
I was hoping that they were going to really try something new with Warzone, but I mean, I guess they're not going to fuck with something that works so well for them, right?
You're looking all wet.
Yeah.
It's just kind of going to be the same old Warzone. New map, though. I mean, the map looks awesome. Not gonna lie, the map looks real
I have
good.
no idea, but it sounds great and it looks incredible.
You can see the armored patrol boat coming by there with its 2 turrets. There's some cool stuff.
So I'm glad you brought up vehicles. Steph, you touched on vehicles a little bit earlier. What can we talk about? You know, we've seen boats, we've seen tanks, we've seen all sorts. Jack, what have we got?
So we've implemented a new physics and handling model for the vehicles. So some vehicles are heavier, some will slide more, have more traction or less traction.
Okay.
And as you're driving them around and you're encountering them and other squads are playing with them, you can choose to shoot off the tires to kind of impact their handling. You can have them they react to explosive differently based on their weight. So if you're in a heavy armored 4x4 and you get hit by an RPG, it's going to kind of bounce a little bit, but not quite take the hit as a small sedan. You can also choose with your squad to be rolling into a POI and somebody jumps out on the roof, somebody leans out the window, and suddenly you get yourself a lot of firepower driving into the POI. Of course, that vehicle needs to survive for quite some time in the map if you want to keep using it to go from point to point. And vehicles will run out of gas, or at least most of them will run out of gas, and then you can bring them to a gas station to fill them up. If your tire's been blown up, you can get out and repair it, or you can bring it to a gas station to get repaired as well.
Oh, you can repair vehicles?
Got, you know, water vehicles. We've got a small boat. We've got the boat that Joe mentioned with the turret at the front, turret at the back. So you can have that little moment cruising up the river with your whole squad ready to rumble. So yeah, there is so much love that's gone into these vehicles.
Forgot the coolest vehicle.
The coolest vehicle?
The massive helicopter that you can fly around. And it's a moving platform with 3 doors. And you can move a whole squad through the map.
What?
Wreak havoc. It is so cool.
Oh my god!
I mean, the fact that you can
they got a Black Hawk?
lean out of the window, you know, grab your teammates, pile in a vehicle, actually, you know, engage in battle from the window, leaning out, shooting
unless
combat.
somebody blew off your door.
That won't.
That does complicate things, doesn't it?
PTSD from Joe killing me many times in our playtests.
Well, I hope the gas prices in Al Maz are okay. I thought there's a lot going on in Warzone 2.0, and my head is quite frankly spinning. What other massive changes have we got in store? Because it feels like there's so much that's changed. Is it still a gulag? Do we still have circles? Is it still gas? I know there are guns, but do we shoot them? What's happening?
Well, what do you want to jump into first? Oh, Stephanie, go.
We've made some pretty sweeping changes, I think, to the high-level components of Warzone 2.0 to continue providing players with both a dynamic and rewarding VR experience. But Warzone 2.0, you're going to hear it over and over again today. It's about fun. This is about playing with your friends, having fun, you know, friends new and old. Maybe you're making them in game. And I think one particular
That's what it's about no matter what, so you don't have to talk about fun too much.
Engage with will be our prox chat.
Yes!
So it's coming. It
Proximity
will be
chat.
Warzone, and there's going to be some amazing clips.
Proximity chat's pretty awesome. That's going to be good.
I think Joe can tell us a little bit more about looting in Warzone 2.0. I'm listening to that.
The streamers love prox chat.
They're like, yes!
You know, in looting in Warzone 2.0, we still have the humming crates. You know, you can still travel around and listen for those. We still have the loose loot on the ground, but we wanted to add a layer of learnability and logic to our looting, right? So if you're outside, if you're a little kid, you fall down, you hurt your knee, and your mom's going to go inside, go to the medicine cabinet and get you something to a Band-Aid, Neosporin, whatever. So that's our looting. If you need health items, you can hit a bathroom in a building and there'll be a medicine cabinet. You can open it up. If you want to get loadout items, there are these hidden caches throughout in between the POIs that are in ground, and you can memorize where they are because they're always there. So you can kind of start to develop.
I wish they would just get rid of the
of how you loot. And there's this
ability to just buy in order to purchase your loadout. I don't like that part of the game.
You find these other crates that are kind of like, it's as if the military that occupied this space came through and dropped off military items. Those crates are always there, so you can always have this reliable layer to looting.
Incredible. This sounds really exciting. We go on a road trip through Al Maz.
Because that's what I liked about PUBG is that you always have different guns.
Yeah, pick up snacks, pick up ammo and all sorts. Okay, cool. So what
buy
about
your
circle
loadout
mechanics? I mean, this is obviously a huge.
But that's probably going to. I guarantee they didn't change
the
that.
circle's been a staple of BRs. It's been really hard to move away from it. So they
didn't really change much here
to mix things up with the circle. So we've got this new mechanic where the circle can actually split, almost like a cell splits into 2, 3, or even 4 circles. And then those circles kind of close down. And what it does is it segregates teams, and you have these micro battles in those circles. And at a certain point, you're like, okay, we've cleared out our circle. We think we're good. And then those circles merge. They come back together, and you have this very directed fight of like, as the circle's moving, you're like gearing up in buildings. You're like, here we go. It's about to kick off. And as soon as those circles hit, you have that final fight. So it's another kind of like
that could be cool
in the gameplay that we feel like is a cool
little wrinkle cycle in the
Like, oh, the
gameplay.
circle's splitting. We need to do X.
Crazy. Get in the car. We're going now. Go. All right. So apart from circle splitting, what about the Gulag? Is that still around? I mean, there's so much change, man. I mean, I'm ready for it. But Joe, what do we got?
The Gulag, you know, we've been experimenting with. We've tried some crazy things with the Gulag, but the current version of the Gulag that we have running right now, where we're excited people to play, is you're not in there alone. You actually have this temporary alliance with another opponent in the map, and you have to work together, and if you can defeat the other team, you can get out, and after that you guys are enemies again. But for that moment, it's like, all right, we need each other, let's do this. You use the proximity chat to talk to each other. And the other thing we've been playing around with is you may see a little bit of an AI presence in the Gulag. So you have to be on your toes. Like, you're working with an enemy.
An AI presence.
You're picking up weapons.
Oh,
we're excited for people to try it. And
yeah, we're going to get feedback today, too. And like Joe said, we've been through some pretty wild iterations of the Gulag, which I will not reveal here. But there's a lot in store.
There certainly is a lot in store. Jack, I have heard of a new concept coming to Warzone 2.0 called Strongholds. That will include AI that may impact how players get their weapons, etc. Can you clue me into what that's all about and if it's even true?
Absolutely. So Strongholds are reinforced buildings that the AI is occupying inside Al Mazrah in BR. And the players can choose whether or not they want to engage with them and assault them to get cool rewards, including free loadout items, which is one of the new ways that we're adding for players to get their hands on their best weaponry. We've worked really hard to bringing AI at scale into Warzone 2, and you're going to encounter them in multiple modes in different ways. In BR specifically, they're in these strongholds, and if you get to a stronghold, you can find the location of a black site, which is going to have even cooler stuff in it, and you can fight your way from one to the next. But in other modes, you're going to find the AI occupying large portions of the map and just kind of protecting different POIs in different ways.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so we've all heard the rumors that Warzone 2.0 is going to have some very, very interesting new modes. Would you care to confirm or deny Stephanie Snowden?
It's finally time. I have read about some new modes on the internet recently, but one of the most exciting things about Warzone 2.0 is confirmation that an all-new sandbox experience is coming at launch. I am happy to announce DMZ, Call of Duty's extraction mode, will arrive with Warzone 2.0 at launch later this year. I played DMZ for the very first time on my first day at IW, and to this day, playing it
This
nonstop,
is the Tarkov.
the possibilities with this game mode blow my mind.
So DMZ. I can also confirm that DMZ is real. But we're not going to go into depth on it today because we do have to keep some stuff in reserve. What I can tell you, though, is we've created a rich sandbox where you can define
I hope
your
it's
own
more
living
sim,
condition.
more of
You
a sim
infiltrate
experience,
Al Mazrah, you accomplish your goals,
more
and then you decide
hardcore
to extract
experience,
when the time is
but
right.
probably not.
It is played across the whole map, and the AI is occupying large sections of the map, and they are lethal opponents, and they do command your respect. You have to watch out for them. You have to work with your team. They patrol areas, they occupy strongholds, and they'll reinforce based on players' actions. And then on top of all this, you can choose which mission you want to accomplish, or you can chase after a variety of activities in the world. And you can play this differently depending on your playstyle. You can go loud, like I always do. You can go quiet, or you can hunt other players or avoid them entirely. Or you could just decide, hey, I'm going to explore the secrets of Al Mazrah and see what's there.
Loot up, exfil, it's totally up to player choice there, and I'm really excited about the full scale of what we're delivering for this chapter, and we want players to have an amazing experience in Warzone 2.0. We've been listening to the conversations in the community, specifically around small maps, Ricochet, anti-cheat, ranked play, and beyond. And trust me, although we're touching on some of the core updates to the overall Warzone 2.0 experience today, and mostly focusing on BR, there will be more news to share over the coming months. This is only the beginning for Warzone 2.0.
Okay, I need Warzone 2.0 and DMZ in my life ASAP. Stephanie, when?
Warzone 2.0 will be free to play for everyone on November 16th. With the start of Season 1 across Modern Warfare 2.
Okay.
Mark your calendars, that's about 2 weeks after after Modern Warfare 2 launches. And we had 125 million players in the original Warzone, and I cannot wait to see all of you and hopefully more of you in Al Mazrah for this experience.
and you will have a chance to see a Warzone
Still didn't come nearly as close to PUBG.
Playtest happening right here behind us. Very,
That's why I was kind of hoping that they would go a little bit more sim experience, a little bit more realistic gaming, military experience, but we're just getting the same old with Warzone 2.
Looks like when it's built up from the ground for mobile. You're not going to want to miss this, I promise. Then after that,
imagine signing up for something that you can just download it when it comes out, and you're just gonna sign up for it early for absolutely no reason. That's what this is. This makes 0 sense to me. Pre-registration. Ah.
We are back. It's Miles here, joined by Maven, Alicat, and Nameless Studio. What? Oh, guys, the adults have left us alone on the desk, and now it's our time to have some fun. I don't know about you guys, but okay, it's been a pretty litty day so far.
Yeah.
Where do we even start? I mean, dude, mobile, bro. It's a new era of Call of Duty.
Listen, Miles, I've been addicted to Call of Duty for over a decade. You're telling me I could be in the airport playing Warzone now? Back in Verdansk? That's lit. Also, Al Mazrah looks absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's insane. There's no shortage of crazy stuff coming my way. Ali, I mean, lay it on me. Multiplayer for Warzone, for Modern Warfare 2, insane.
It's incredible. We actually got to load up with some of the players yesterday in a little bit of a pre-test, and loading into Gunsmith 2.0 was actually so aesthetically pleasing, and I think everybody at home, once they also get their hands on it, they're going to love it just as much as we do here.
Truly. Maven, my good friend, you've played more Warzone than most people on the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah,
how you feeling?
8 hours a day for years, it feels like. It just seems fresh, man. The map, like everything about it, triple circles, the water, the boats. I mean, I was like kind of the proximity mine king for a while there, placing them under vehicles, trying to blow them up and set booby traps. And now you're telling me I could do them in not only land, but also the sea. I'm with it.
It's going to be something, man. We really have seen a lot so far today. We've seen what? Warzone Mobile, of course, multiplayer there. And
let's see some gameplay now.
Cannot wait. But guys, it's time to get into business. Let's now get into the command center. This is it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the command center, presented by Xfinity Rewards. We're going to be rolling the show through all day today. Xfinity customers, they can start playing Modern Warfare 2 sooner with Xfinity Rewards. Visit xfinity.com/rewards to get your code.
It's all versions and stupid things to allow you to play sooner than other people, pressuring you into buying those things. I do not like that whatsoever.
So much. But first and foremost, guys, before we get into this one, there's so many streamers here. We need to give a big shout out to Intel, who's powering all of the streaming PCs here today. Massive shout out to those guys. Clint, there are 2 PCs on every desk. Explain.
I couldn't believe it. Cloaksy is here. Like the fact that he actually made the trip out. I figured they have to have something special. The fact that you have a dedicated PC to the streaming
so no
side,
Warzone. There's going to be no Warzone gameplay.
Intel, thank
ridiculous.
This is incredible. It's incredible.
Ridiculous.
66.
We're actually almost ready to get into the gameplay, guys. I mean, Ali,
Dev Ride Along, Warzone mobile gameplay.
We played a tiny bit.
I could have an accent too.
Did. I'm getting mocked here. My bloody desk. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday.
Yes.
It was pretty fun. But now we get to watch 200 streamers, some of the world's finest, quite literally from almost every part of the planet, coming together here in this crazy top secret location. What can we expect?
It's going to get loud. It's going to get incredibly loud. Yesterday, it was loud, and I believe like not even everybody had shown up yet. So now that we have a full building of all of these creators, all of these PCs, I'm expecting people to get up and start screaming, Miles. It's going to be insane.
Clint, we heard Courage from like headphones on. He can be heard from space.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like Bobby Pop, if he's on a subtrain or something, Lord knows what that's going to sound like. But my boy Tyler Blevins, Ninja here as well. But like, I think this is a testament to how pumped up everyone gets about Call of Duty.
You have Ninja here, but not Dr. Disrespect.
There are this many big streamers.
That's what I think about that.
We're going to see some incredible gameplay, go through the various modes. I mean, this is going to be
the fucking
joke. It really is.
I mean, and you've been around a long time in the Call of Duty world. In this venue right now, we've got streamers and players from, you know, all across North America, South America. We've got players all over Europe, Japan, Australia, you name them. We are all over here. Mobile players everywhere. Yeah. How do you describe the vibe in the room right now?
I mean, it's just incredible. It's a bunch of homies who love Call of Duty all in one room getting ready to grind. And, I was talking to them earlier. I was walking around doing the round saying what up to everybody. They're going hard, right? Like, I was talking to some of the Warzone guys, Repos. He's like, I'm here to fry. Zuma's ready to go. So I'm interested to see them with these new weapons and the Gunsmith, what they come up with, especially our new game modes like Prisoner. It's going to be lit.
Listen, as much as they're here for their love of Call of Duty, they're also here because they want that banger clip. Like,
it's going to be lit, dude. It's going to be fucking lit, bro.
Like, you're trying to go out and fry some of these big names, get a clip out on social, your YouTube, whatever it's going to be.
So yeah, I'm sure people are going hard in the paint or falling to their deaths at their Tim. I'm sure we're going to have a couple of those.
We'll go a little bit of that later on. I think we're actually ready to hop into gameplay. Dr. Lupo, one of our first here, and he's already down and out, but we are playing, I believe this is Hardpoint and Mercado, Nameless.
Yeah, you know, I didn't get to play this map yesterday, but one thing I just want to point out with this game is it's a lot more vibrant than some of the MW games that we've had in the past. There's so many more colors, and that's something that I always enjoy, especially with Call of Duty, is when it's more vibrant and you can see more on the map.
I think sometimes you go dev to dev, and yeah, it's like you have like your more realism.
Jesus, watching these guys play on PC is a little bit
like this map in particular. Yeah, the second we saw like the fly through,
a little insane.
It just looks.
I think playing on console looks so much better to watch.
I had any concerns about the
Too jittery
because they're knocking out of the park every year.
Watching PC, but
it's just aesthetically pleasing. It is.
It's very, very pretty. That is, of course, Dr. Lupo. You can watch him stream this live. Every single member of the crazy, I don't even have a name for it, the stream bit here.
Everybody but
all of them live on their own
the
channels.
big one.
Unreal, man.
Yeah, it's unreal.
The two-time, the one that everybody wants.
Locked in. Talking a little bit about the game.
Ain't gonna let him.
When I first hopped on yesterday, the movement felt so much different than in the past. You know, it's not that slide cancel. You got to complete your slide.
Stupid.
The dive mechanic, it plays out so much different when you're going into a gunfight. You can dive out of a window. Miles, it was a lot of fun. We were getting into the mix.
We really did get into the mix. I'm going to tell this now on air in front of God knows how many people, but last night, Ninja wasn't in the venue. I played on his setup. He wasn't quite here yet. And I found there is an in-game like whisper feature. So I was sending messages to other creators as Ninja, talking horrendous, man. Like horrendous trash talk. All very good-natured friends of mine, you know, but it'd be kind of weird to get that from Ninja, right?
Yeah, does Ninja know you did this?
He has no idea.
I walk up and slap him.
I walked past him today and I was like, good morning, dude. How you doing? He's like, hey, man. Not a single word. Ali, not a word.
Quality's kind of breaking down a little bit.
I went to a game against you specifically. I was on, I believe, Nate Shot's streaming account. I don't believe that he's here today, but I was getting disrespectful with some people on the map, and I believe that you were in my last game, and the second I killed you, you left. I remember looking at the leaderboard, and
that wasn't me. That was Ninja.
A quitter, Miles.
That was Ninja. Over to Courage now. He's having a good time.
And, you know, we're
Listen, he is, as much as he's like a fun, good-loving, like everyone takes a jack, it's just like this great-natured guy. He is one of the most competitive human beings I've ever
we got Ninja with his makeup on.
Passion. Raging passion. And look, it's me on the right-hand side. No, it's not. It's Ninja.
And I will have to say, to test to what Ant was talking about earlier, about the game mechanics, something else that I noticed that
So you got a fucking guy with makeup on. Never mind. I'm not going to keep going into it over and over again.
How realistic the movement with your gun is, if that makes sense. Like, there's obviously always going to be recoil. Your attachment's always going to mess with that.
Got
but when you peek
flashing glitches.
the way your gun moves with you is very, very realistic. And I think that's going to be
something
look
at all these guys
players are going to notice
around them.
Get used to very quickly.
And you saw a taste there of when you're spectating a player, you get that kind of like over-the-shoulder, like tactical camera view, and it just adds this insane level of like, it's like realism, but like it just looks so exciting to watch. And when you're, enjoying like, maybe seeing your teammates play or whatnot, it just looks so cool. It's a nice new feature here in the game. And sorry, Clint, this is the new knockout mode. I don't think you might not know what this means.
I haven't seen this one yet.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
No. I mostly, I was watching some of the guys play. I just wanted to
I was hoping that they were going to actually have some of the kind of party modes that they had before. Sticks and Stones, gun game, one in the chamber.
Just getting destroyed. I'm sorry. Superior positioning.
I really wish that they had some of those. Those were the game modes that I really loved.
No. He's doing the classic. He's going to a set. He's doing the classic.
It was something else. It was something else. It wasn't.
My sensitivity or something? What is it? No, Jack.
Wherever he's spectating is using my favorite SMG, by the way, too. And I think that's the Hurricane. The Hurricane.
What do you think, by the way, just about the changes to Gunsmith and now having 5 attachments and not having,
so, I saw the rumblings on Twitter and stuff like that. I think it's amazing, though. I mean, when we jumped into Modern Warfare in 2019, when they introduced the Gunsmith, it was a lot to take in. But now everybody's familiar with it, especially grinding Warzone, switching up those attachments. And it's just a better version of that.
Seems like a good middle ground,
It's just a better version of that, right? Like, the gun moves around with you as you're in there. You can switch out all the different attachments.
It's hard to really tell. The quality's so low with this stream.
You can change it up. Turn an M4 into an SMG. Like, that's really cool.
Some of the guns sound pretty cool. That gun was interesting.
One of the
I'm hyped up. I was more hyped up when I knew when I thought I'd be playing tomorrow, but next week.
I don't know why I said it that way.
Xbox players are next week.
But there we go. Swag now getting involved as well. And to your point, Ali, about Gunsmith, I mean, it's at this point in time, obviously, it's quite hard to recognize, but that is a part of the M4 platform right now. That's his primary weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Like, you can switch it up. Like, you
All right,
can
stop
make it into
switching the
sniper
fucking
rifles,
guns,
right?
dude. Jesus
As
Christ.
well, right? So it's going to be crazy. Even with the AK turning 74U, just make some crazy different loadouts. You know, some of these guys, J-God's going to have so much
Jesus
fun with that.
Christ.
5.5 hour long attachment video
All right.
from J-God.
Oh God, you know he's so excited about that. And I want to talk about the map aesthetics for a moment and like the layout.
Maybe we can peek
The
doors.
rooftops, like
That's
the
kinda
new
cool.
ledge, how you can jump and then you can hang off the side of the
Peek a
ledge. That's
door.
a new thing that you can add into this game. You can jump from rooftop to rooftop, and like you can jump further than you think. And I found that out very quickly. Like I would get to an edge of a rooftop, and I was like, I wonder if I can make this jump. You can make the jump. You can make it across like the map if there's tall buildings. You can make it across the map without ever having to touch on the ground. And I think for snipers, that is going to be their absolute playground.
Speaking of snipers, Pomage now, who's having a great time here. I mean, we've seen a lot, Clint, of the weapons so far, but surely a sniper.
Well, I heard Pomage too. Like,
All right, so that's pretty much it for this stream. We didn't learn too much, you know. We've seen some of the water features, the new map. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't change Warzone 2 around a little bit more. I thought that they were gonna, I don't know, maybe just make it a new experience, but it looks, you know, relatively unchanged as far as the real game mechanics go. You know, you have some like new grenades, you have the mine, you have the cameras, you have some like cool, that drill mine that like the guy went up into the roof with. There's some cool new things, but all in all, it's pretty much unchanged. It's got a new map. Look at, they're playing mobile here. The mobiles, don't care about any of that. Yeah, I was hoping to see some of those old party modes that they used to have, you know, the gun games and the one in the chamber, stuff like that. Hopefully they add that in. I don't know, like they haven't had that stuff in a long time, and I feel like they're just these beautiful little modes that they should be able to add easy peasy, like with no big deal, you know. But I don't know, they don't do that anymore. But I'm still psyched for, I'm still hyped for this game, like I really am. I was kind of hoping to see that 3v3s were back, because I loved 3v3. I thought that the 3v3s were just incredible. They should add them in, because it's such a small game mode, and those little maps were beautiful. But this was our first look at it, and I'm going to be kind of getting involved with the beta. When the beta comes out, I'm going to be playing the beta and getting in on that on Xbox. So yeah, man, this has been Eli with Rage Review. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. It was a long video. I don't know if I'm going to cut it down or anything, but I might not. But yeah, anyways, that's it, guys. Take care.